Hello everyone and welcome to Pampered Chef Live. We have a very exciting night tonight because the founder of Pampered, Chef Doris Christopher, is joining us. Doris, thank you so much for being with us tonight.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm delighted to be here.
It is going to be a fun night. We're talking winter reset, winter meal planning. Maybe you're a little bit of a cooking or mealtime rut being in January. So tonight's the night for a lot of tips and tricks to get you reset with your meals.
Absolutely. And what a perfect winter day for us to be
That's right.
talking about this.
A cold winter day. So why don't you put in the chat, where are you guys joining from? Is it freezing weather where you are? And are you in need of a winter reset? We hope so. We've got Abby joining us over on the chat. Hey, Abby.
Hi, Doris. Hi, Sandy. I'm so excited to be here. And if you're joining us on Zoom, welcome. If you're joining us on Facebook Live, join us in Zoom. The link is right at the top of the Facebook Live, and we want you here interacting in the chat and in the Q&A. Zoom is where all the excitement is at. And for those of you interacting in the chat, you're entering yourselves to win one of 25 giveaways tonight. We're celebrating 2025 with 25 giveaways. So again, if you're on Facebook Live, join us here in Zoom so you can enter. We also have a handout for every event. It comes in your email before the event, so check that out. We can also add it in the Q&A if you need it, let us know. Speaking of the Q&A, that's where you should ask questions. So if you're just wanting to be a part of the community here on tonight, interact in the chat. If you have a question, tell us in the Q&A so we can keep those organized and answer them for you as quickly as possible. And we'll save some of the questions from the Q&A for the end so we can ask Doris and Sandy a couple questions live. I should have mentioned that the handout has all of the recipes and the products from tonight's event. So that's a nice, handy little memento for you. And lastly, if the notifications are going wild and they're distracting you, you can click in the top right corner, the arrow that's in the top of the chat, and click mute chat notifications. So with that, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
All right, Doris, what do you say?
Oh, let's get
cooking. We are going to be meal prepping a big batch of chili tonight and going to teach you how to use it throughout the week. We're also going to show you how to make satisfying, not sad salads, right?
Absolutely. Just what we need to know.
Just what we need to know. So we are starting with our ground turkey browning and our 5-quart Brilliance saute pan, which is looking kind of good. I told Doris, I like when I'm browning meat to really kind of leave it alone for a couple minutes before I start breaking it up. But it's looking good. Yeah, get it nice and browned.
Start here.
So I think we could probably start flipping it. Yeah.
Okay, so we're using the
Mix and
chop.
Mix and chop spatula.
Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought here. Which I love. It's so easy to use and easy to store, and really a remarkable tool for breaking up any kind of ground meat. But I always like to use it also for when I'm cooking sausage and trying to break that up. It's a great tool for that.
It is. It's got this silicone head, which makes it safe to use in your cookware. It also has those little drain holes. So when you're kind of picking up and serving your turkey meat, it kind of drains it for you.
Absolutely. So it makes quick work of it, for sure.
It really, really does. And the meat doesn't really get stuck to it like some other tools. So that's looking good. Maybe give it some flips and see if it's it's getting brown.
Yeah.
That looks great. Yeah. Okay, so this is a double batch of chili. It's actually 2 pounds of meat, and we doubled the rest of the chili ingredients from the zucchini boat recipe. Okay, so this Brilliance pan. Talk about, I kind of call it like a weeknight meal maker.
It's a terrific pan. Great size, high sides. You can do a little or a lot in it. And I love the fact too that it just cleans up in a snap. It's actually dishwasher safe, but Sandy and I were talking earlier, I rarely put it in the dishwasher because it cleans up so easily. Everything just kind of rinses right off.
Absolutely.
Glides off. Exactly.
It heats quick, it cooks really, really evenly, and we say it cooks like a dream. And what about the color?
And the color kind of blends with whatever you've got. It's got a little bit of a iridescent metallic look to it. I absolutely love it and have used it over and over and over again. And it doesn't stay in the cabinet long.
No,
it's out all the time.
Not at all. You know, talking about meal prep, especially in January, if you're trying to kind of take on some new habits, this is a great big pan to do your big batches of meat or big batches of maybe sauteed veggies.
And actually, if you're going to spend the time to prepare chili, why not do a double batch?
Why not?
You know, it's
Yeah.
very little extra time to do that. So I think this is a great tip in and of itself. Cook larger batches so that you can use it many nights or even perhaps
Yeah.
freeze some.
And it doesn't take that much longer, kind of at all.
No.
Okay,
really
perfect. Well, that's getting pretty brown. We can start
Start
to
to
sort of
add
think
some
our
of our
other
other-
ingredients. Yeah.
Okay.
So in this recipe, we have 2 cans of kidney beans. We were talking earlier, again, you could switch that up for picky eaters, maybe black beans. You could even do chickpeas or white
Yeah.
beans.
We were having a conversation about picky eaters, and a lot of kids are picky eaters. I was, as I think of it. My mom always made chili without beans
Oh.
for me. And then I realized as I understood a little bit more about nutrition,
Yeah.
that first of all, they add a lot of great character to a chili,
Mm-hmm.
but they add nutrition
Absolutely,
as well.
yeah.
So they really make this a very, very high protein
Yeah.
meal.
Put in the
So,
chat, what kind of beans
Yeah.
would you
All right,
try?
here we go. We ready?
Yep, I love kidney beans because they look like kidneys. How cool. How cool is that?
Hence the name.
Absolutely. All right, so 2 cans of kidney beans, then I have a whole can of tomato sauce,
Go with that.
15 ounces.
And then we're gonna add
About 2 cans of
2
diced
cans of
tomatoes.
diced tomatoes, and I think these have some chilies.
Yeah.
So, good.
Look at how much
great
food that holds.
My word.
And then what I think is the best part, or really the shortcut, is our chili meal mix. Put in the chat if you guys have our chili meal mix. It has got cumin, chili powder, garlic, oregano, and other spices that really create a bold chili flavor without being too spicy. You could spice it up. Doris even said you could add a little bit less than the directions said, maybe for those picky eaters,
Add a little
or add more. Yeah.
Exactly. I like the ability to personalize it. You know, really, at home cooking, that's really one of the huge advantages is you can personalize it. You make it the way you want it, not necessarily the way somebody else likes it.
Yeah, and then you make it once and you sort of know, oh, this is how everyone's gonna like it. I'm gonna add, just like Doris said, I'm gonna follow her tip and I'm gonna do about maybe 3.5, because we want a little bit left over. We're making a little chili ranch for our zucchini.
Sounds yummy.
Mhm. All right, that's pretty amazing.
Looking good.
While that simmers away, we're gonna start up prepping our zucchini.
Okay. I'm gonna start that here. So we have some already prepared, but I'm gonna just take 2 zucchinis and fill up our pan with the rest of them. So cutting off the ends. And then we're going to slice them horizontally. 2 pieces.
You're
from
using our
each.
beautiful chef's
This
knife.
is our wonderful chef's knife. It's so nice when you're cutting something long to have a long knife
Yes,
versus a little knife where you're
Yeah.
sawing away. You know, this really makes a lot of sense.
you have to have a good chef's knife in your kitchen, and that one's the
Absolutely.
best.
Now, the next thing that we're going to do is to hollow these out so that they become boats for our chili. And so I'm going to just use our 1 tablespoon measuring spoon because it's just about the right size and shape to just hollow this out. And I'm going to just put this into our chili. Why throw it away?
I love that tip. You're getting
Neat.
extra nutrition, right?
Yep.
You don't have to tell your kids that you're putting.
No, this is, you know, there are books that talk about hiding nutritious foods, and I actually did that, I have to say, when
Yeah.
my children were little. Hollow these out.
And plus it'll just cook right in there with the chili,
Yeah.
and you won't
And you
even,
want to leave about 1/4 of an inch in the bottom of these so that,
kind of stays sturdy, right?
these are my measuring spoon. to
Perfect.
throw that in. Okay, so I'm gonna put 2 more in here. I think we can get these all in.
We've got our stone rectangular baker there to cook the zucchini. It kind of fits it perfectly. We love the stoneware because it's got the beautiful white satin glaze on the outside and then the unglazed on the inside. So it's so beautiful to go from oven to table, but it still has that beautiful cooking ability of unglazed.
And one
Stoneware.
more thing about it, this can go in the
Dishwasher.
which is wonderful too.
What do you like to make in your rectangle beaker?
Oh, everything from lasagna to, actually, I have baked in it too, and done cake.
Yeah.
So, but lasagna, any kind of a casserole. I love to put anything that's got cheese on top of it in this because it just seems to really brown the cheese and kind of really make it very flavorful. You can use this also, the scoop. But actually, I guess this works
okay,
pretty well
yeah.
too. The measuring spoon seemed to be just the right size.
All
I'm gonna
right.
fit that one in there, but we'll try.
We try to fit it. Okay, so while she's wrapping that up, I'm just gonna grate my cheese because a little bit of cheddar is gonna go over the top, and I have my adjustable coarse grater. A couple things I love about this is look at how flat that it stores in your drawer, and then to open it up, it's got a little lever. Gotta have cheese when you're making chili. Did I have that wrong? No, I had that right. This grater is also really good with veggies. I like to grate zucchini with it. You could do coleslaw. And the other thing that's great about it is you could use it in 2 different ways. So I like it to use it this way, just over a cutting board. Or you can go all the way flat if you're grating a whole bunch of cheese into a bowl and grate it this way. And then when you're done, you just throw it into the dishwasher. Look at how nice those shreds look. Okay, perfect. How do you think that chili is looking?
It is looking really good.
It's okay. Yeah, I mean, you can.
Up a little bit.
Yeah. The thing about chili is you can go longer if you want to continue to cook it, but this is looking just about right.
And that is a great amount of chili to be able to serve it more than once
Yes,
in the week.
we're going to show you how to do that. That
For
would be
almost any size family.
a lot of chili to serve for one night.
Speaking of that, we got questions already. What's the best way to store leftover chili? What do you guys think?
Oh,
I love to just put it in a Ziploc bag, put it in the freezer. Like then you have it's a great meal to defrost and have another
So
time.
easy.
It freezes so well.
Yeah, it actually freezes well. If you're going to use it within a day or two, I would just keep it in the refrigerator because I really think that mixtures like this, the flavor enhances as they sit.
Yep.
You know, as second day, a lot of times people say, I really like chili. on the
second day.
third
Yeah, the
day,
flavors
yeah.
meld a little bit. So Doris is going to help me fill these. This is our silicone straining ladle, and what's great about it is it has this little spout to help kind of direct the chili in there, and then you could drain any sort of extra liquid with soups and chilies. So
That's a fabulous.
see if that
ladle.
works good
Yep.
with you. And then I'll just top with the cheese. Oh yeah, you can fit a lot in there.
Absolutely. Okay. I'm going to drain a little bit of that liquid off.
And you could do this recipe with ground beef, turkey, ground chicken, even maybe plant-based meat would be just fine. That chili mix really just adds all the flavor that you need.
I got a little ambitious with how many I could put in here.
That's okay. And you don't have to fill them all. We've got helpers who made them all set for us. So these bake at 375 for about 16 to 18 minutes, and you wanna be sure to look at the size of your zucchini. If you have little baby zucchini, you go on the lower side. If your zucchini are bigger, you wanna make sure that they cook through, and I would go on the higher side of cooking for sure. Perfect. I like how they all kind of like mash together like
They
a
kinda-
casserole
yeah,
almost, you
they-
know?
They nestle.
That's so nice. All right, I'm gonna take this away. And I am gonna make just a quick sauce, I think,
Okay, good.
for when they come out.
When they come out.
Yep.
Sounds good.
So this is just some ranch
And it has a little of the seasoning
Yep. you put a
added
little
to it.
seasoning. You could do this. This seasoning is really nice with sour cream, Greek yogurt, just to make a quick little dip. Like who would ever even think to put chili mix into a dip? Oh, and the color's so pretty.
Looks wonderful.
Easy enough, right? Well, let's show you how great they look when they come out. So we were talking before about, can you imagine if you had cooked your chili right on a Sunday and then put this meal together, it would take you 18 minutes, 20
Sure.
minutes?
Yeah, 20 minutes. And you're using that chili that's nicely seasoned up.
Yes.
Or if you've had it in the freezer, you can take it out and use it too. So
That's
really,
true.
this is a great meal partner.
We have a couple different ways to show our chili, but we want you to also put in the chat, what are other ways that you would serve your chili? Maybe,
I got rid of my spoon rest.
oh yeah, you need your spoon rest. Maybe you over pasta, cornbread, so many
Yeah.
different options.
Baked potato, baked sweet potato. This is one of my favorite meals, is to bake a sweet potato and then put chili over it, or sloppy joes. Really kind of gives you a lot of great flavor and great nutrition, and I think it looks great too.
How good does that, and
Yeah.
gluten-free, low carb if you need to do that.
Exactly.
Well, I think even better than the sweet potato with chili is all these toppings that we're gonna use to dress our zucchini and our sweet potatoes. So we have all these amazing toppings in our store and serve, which is a really neat product. It comes with this base with 2 cooling pucks that you either store in the freezer or the fridge, just depending on how long that you need to keep these items cool for. 3 containers with dividers and lids, so you could just prep all this stuff again at the head of the week, have it ready for your meals. Oh, we've got a little server, a little,
Pamela wants to know, what is each of your favorite chili topping?
For me, I like, if I were picking from this assortment, I would pick tomatoes, avocado, chips, and some cilantro. Exactly.
it's a tie, yeah. I really like something crunchy in it. I'd probably add
done
something
that way
spicy too. I'd probably add a little hot sauce and cheese. What about you, Abby?
The cheese is a non-negotiable for me.
Yeah, I love how you could add even
I will
more
probably add
cheese.
all the things, but yeah, cheese is non-negotiable if I could only pick one.
So I'm dairy-free at this point, just for some dietary stuff. And I would have said cheese too.
Yeah.
But what I've learned is that avocado gives me just about the same kind of satisfaction, because it's that creamy,
Yeah.
it doesn't have quite the same flavor as cheese for sure. But
Satisfying.
I make up with that with some chips.
Oh, we gotta add a little bit of this too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and Doris, we had a little extra cilantro. Do you think
yeah,
you could
yeah,
chop
yeah,
that? Because
yeah.
we're running a little low on the cilantro.
Let me use our food chopper to
Oh.
do that. Food chopper has been around pretty much from the beginning of the business. We didn't have our own food chopper to start with. We used one that was manufactured by someone for us, or manufactured just straight out, not for us. But this one, I actually was around when we designed this one and had it made for us. And I have to say, I think it has been one of our longest standing products. Everybody needs a food chopper. And part of the magic of the food chopper is the way it comes apart and the way you can clean it. So, and all of it was by our design, so we're pretty proud of this. The whole thing is dishwasher safe. To put it in the dishwasher, you just open it up, you take off the cap and the collar and the little cup, and it's so easy. I should have probably chopped the cilantro before I did it. But I also have to say, no guesswork. There are 2 pegs on one side, one on the other, 2 holes on one side, 1 hole on the other. So it easily goes back together again. You put the collar on. Whoops. Now, here, showing you how to make a mistake. There we go. Easy, easy.
You can't
easy.
mess it up.
You
You
can't.
really can't, even if you try, I think. So we're gonna chop up some cilantro. It chops up vegetables, almost any kind, but it also also does herbs and some other things very, very nicely. I actually love the chopper. And the other benefit is it's a little bit of a therapeutic
That's
tool.
so true.
In that you are able to just
Take your frustration.
chop away, and your cares and worries go away with it.
Some people say that when they chop with the food chopper onions, it doesn't make their eyes cry as much. Is that true?
No,
We debunking
maybe
that.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it does, it really,
Contains it.
if you do one batch, if you're
Yeah.
doing 10 pounds of onions. I
And
don't
it
think
shortens
there's
the time period that the onions have to be out.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
true.
That's exactly true. Even the little cup is useful, because
Yeah.
if I'm doing just some nuts to top
Yeah.
something, I just throw them into it this way, put the cap on, and then chop. And then when you've got them all chopped the way you want them, you just take it off and pour them in.
All contained.
So, yep.
We'll put in the chat who has the food chopper. I can't wait to see the chat absolutely
The
break
chat
up.
is already.
Oh
Well,
gosh.
everybody needs the food chopper. So if you have somebody that you're getting a gift for, or that you're thinking about, everybody can use the chopper, no matter what else they have. We have other tools that chop bigger quantities and chop very efficiently, but I would not be without a food chopper.
Amen. Amen.
I hear a lot of people say when they're going camping, they make sure
Oh,
that they have their food
that's a
chopper
great one.
along with them. So,
So many things.
yeah.
So
Oh, that looks lovely.
we made one with Abby with lots of cheese. So Abby, enjoy your sweet potato, and I know you had some.
Thank you.
Some
Yeah,
things to
the
share.
food chopper was actually my first Pampered Chef product, and my mom always had one, so it's what represents Pampered Chef to me. And like you said, Doris, I have other Pampered Chef chopping tools, but I always reach for my food chopper just because it's my favorite, and I think it's a little nostalgic for me.
It's on
I think
sale,
it is.
isn't it?
And it's on sale.
Oh, it's on sale.
It
That's
is.
right.
So we have 10 products on sale this month, including classics like the food chopper and newer products like our rapid prep mandolin and our prep and store system that you just saw. So definitely reach out to your consultant for details to find out what else is on sale and see what other great products, maybe new ones that they love. Ask them what their favorite product is. I'd love for everyone to drop their favorite product in the chat. And of course, at Pampered Chef, our hosts never pay full price, so hosts can stack their host rewards with the sale offer for even more savings on those sale products. On top of that, this month, our hosts in January can get 60% off select products. Again, classics like our stoneware starter set, or some newer products like our electric twist and chop and our deluxe cooking blender. Those are available to hosts for 60% off this month. And it's not too late to host a party. So reach out to your consultant. You can still get a party on the books for January and get those savings into your kitchen.
All right. Well, we first had to show you the beauty that is. These
That looks
look at that. Put some sauce on some of them, added more cheese to make Abby happy. We've got all the stuff. How good does that look?
It
Okay.
really looks wonderful.
So good. So I know, Doris, and right after the holidays, people are looking for ways to get more vegetables, more nutrition into their diets. So we thought we would show you all how to make an extraordinary salad.
I'm in for this, Sandy, because I am not the world's best salad maker. I enjoy salad, but why not be able to make it at home? Again, thinking about personalizing it, doing exactly what you want, the greens that you want to be in it, the vegetables that you want to be in it. So I think it's a great opportunity for us to pair that with some chili or something else that we're preparing for our families this time of year, or for ourselves.
Yeah. And eating out salads have become so expensive now.
And so huge.
So huge,
And they
yeah.
don't really hold up well when you try
No.
to take them home, so.
So we're going to tell you our tips. Okay, well, we're going to review them along the way. The very first tip is, and Doris helped me come up with this one, is look at this bowl. It's like the frame for your salad.
It
Even
is.
if you had a boring salad, it would look amazing. This is our wood salad bowl set. It's made of our acacia wood, which is, you see, every single bowl is unique, and it has these natural variations in the wood, and I just think it is so classy and beautiful, and it comes with these two servers that help you toss it, scoop it, and serve it.
Absolutely. And the greens are where we start.
The greens.
And the greens mix and match. I kind of love the way it looks when you add a variety of greens. So I think this has some romaine, some spinach. But, you know, so many people now are using cabbage in salads and other kinds of greens. So just mix it up, but make it what your family wants
Yeah.
and what they'll eat.
Use a variety,
Yep.
and then you want your salad greens to be very dry.
Yes.
You're gonna ruin your salad right off the bat if you have wet or damp greens, so make sure they're
A
super
sad
dry.
salad.
Sad salad.
Yeah,
You
sad
don't want
salad,
that.
if everything's moist, then it all just kind of
Stop there.
stops and droops in the bowl.
Yes.
And so dry is the key, which means I think making sure if you're going to wash the greens, some of them now say pre-wash, but you know, all of us feel differently about things like that. But do them ahead of time.
Yeah.
So that they can have plenty of time to dry. So you really do start with dry salad greens.
Okay, next up, as you could see, some of these pieces, they're a little big. It's kind of a mouthful, especially when you have kids and you're trying to get them to eat salad. Salad chopper to the rescue.
I love the salad chopper, and I use it for a lot of things. Sometimes, this is silly, but if I'm doing spaghetti, and with my grandchildren when they were little, I would actually chop it with these
Yeah.
to make it not quite SpaghettiOs, but I think in my thought much better.
That's really cute.
But what I use it for a lot of times is salads. Even if you know, if you have, you know, a lot of different greens, it works for almost anything. And you just go in and you can go right into the bowl with this. It has a nice flat edge. You want to get that next to the bowl. And then you just have to give it a squeeze when you get down to the bottom of it. It really, really is effective and kind of gets that, you know, gets rid of some of those great big
Yeah.
pieces that people may not want to get a hold of.
Don't forget the chicken. You said you like to
Oh
use
yeah,
it on
I
rotisserie.
actually, if I'm using, I have a few recipes where I use rotisserie chicken that I purchase, and this is just terrific for
So
cutting
fast.
that up.
Yeah, it's super
Getting it
fast.
down
Pork,
to, yeah,
whatever you want. Okay, so far we have gotten
the greens.
the greens. You want them to be a nice mixture for color and variety, and then you want them dry. Next, you gotta have veggies. Sorry, guys.
Absolutely.
You thought you were gonna get off without adding the veggies. Well, you're not. And the veggies, it's what's gonna add that crispness and the color. You have to have some nice color. So today, we picked red bell pepper, cucumber, and Doris is gonna show you some mushrooms just because we love mushrooms. And there is no better tool than the Rapid Prep mandolin to help you slice up veggies, especially just trying to get more veggies in the new year. This has 8 different thicknesses, and you could slice, you could dice, and you could julienne, and you can even make perfect French fries too. So I'm gonna start with bell pepper. My favorite's red. Put in the chat what you like, and you can kind of stack them like this. And I have this on number 4, which is right kind of in the middle, but I like the little shapes. Look at that.
tool is well named, Rapid.
It is so fast and very, very simple. Okay. All these pieces can just go, and as you hear that little suction, it stays put right on your counter, which is great.
Add that
Now
to
it's
our
starting to get
salad.
pretty.
Got some pretty color.
I'm gonna do cucumbers now. This is gonna
Sounds good.
stay on the slice setting, but I'm just gonna do a 3 to make it a little bit skinnier. Okay, now I cut these in half lengthwise, so they're sort of gonna make like half moons. And I love how your hand is away from the blade. I think it's fun how they fly out sometimes. There you go. Perfect little slices in no time.
Okay, here we go. We're adding to our
We
collage
are.
of color
Look
here.
how good that looks. Okay.
Beautiful.
Look at you. You got your mushrooms already.
This is not a sad salad.
No.
Okay, are we ready for the
Ready,
mushrooms?
ready.
So our cup slicer is revolutionary when it comes to slicing things like mushrooms, grapes, bananas, olives. It just does a fabulous job. And I like to set things up as sort of an assembly line. So we're gonna slice, and then the slices go right into the cup, and the next mushroom, strawberry, grape, banana just adds right into the mixture. And the best part, I think I'm getting a little full in my cup here. I'll try one more, but the best part is when you are done, obviously you can just empty them, but you know there's always something left, and the bottom of the slicer snaps on, and I may have gotten this just a little too full. There we
you
go. And it'll just empty the last of those right out. And then I'm gonna do my next two too.
All right, that's good for kids to get involved with quick snacks, quick breakfast
Really,
parfait,
literally,
with strawberries.
I don't think there's a way they can hurt themselves with this tool.
And you had a good tip. Have your kids use it and then videotape them. Do a little video
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah, like a little, here's how we prepare dinner
Yeah.
tonight.
Cute,
Perfect.
cute.
All
Okay.
right. Okay.
After the veggies with
Okay.
the color and the Christmas is the crunch factor, which you could do any types of nuts and seeds, even roasted chickpeas. You just need something crispy. What do we have today?
I think we have sesame seeds. which
Sunflower
we both
seeds?
like,
Yeah.
or sunflower
Yeah.
seeds.
Sesame seeds would be
Yeah,
good too.
sesame seeds are tiny. The thing about seeds is they do not absorb the dressing, so they will stay crunchy, which is great. We're gonna add all of these?
No.
Or a little bit?
Just add what you think. Yeah, just a few sprinkle over the top. That looks
Sometimes
great.
I wait till the end and sprinkle
Yeah,
too.
you could do that.
So dressing.
Dressing is the next. Oh, actually, the creamy factor.
Oh,
which-
creamy factor. Yep, fourth factor in a salad.
All the factors, all the
So
roles.
we've got color, we've got greens, we've got vegetables for color and nutrition, and then the crunch. And now we're going to talk about the creamy factor,
Creamy factor could be soft cheeses
right?
or
Avocado.
avocado.
Love that.
You said you're a big fan of
I
avocado
am
in your
a
salads.
huge avocado fan. You know, when I first started, I mean, we all know about all these things, but avocado has really come into its own in the last 10 years. Prior to that, I think it was mostly for guacamole.
Yeah.
And I remember looking at the nutritionals on avocado and thinking, oh my word, this is a lot of fat, but it's healthy fat.
And not
So-
the type of fat you get every single day.
No, right.
Unless you eat an avocado every day, which
Right,
sometimes
right.
I do.
I
All right,
do
that's looking
too.
amazing, yeah.
So we've got all of our factors here. Now we need the dressing,
Dressing.
right?
Yep, so you have your measure, mix, and pour,
I
which
do,
is,
so let me talk a little
Yeah.
bit about that. I love this for a number of reasons. You can mix and measure in the same container. It has all the measure markings, so if you're making your own salad dressing, you just add, whatever your ingredients are. And right on the bottle, we have two dressings that are printed on. One is a simple creamy dressing, the other is a simple vinaigrette. So you can't go wrong, and you can make your own salad dressing, make it the way you want it, vary the recipe to suit yourself and your family, and then you can store it in the refrigerator or use it all up. But when you use it, you simply just pop the top and pour it. Now, Sandy, I think you've got something special in
I
store.
do, I
for
have
us, right?
another option for a great tool that makes salad dressings, especially with herbs that you want to chop up. This is our electric twist and chop. It is so fast and fabulous, and I'm making a little hummus dressing. I like to do this when I'm in a pinch and don't have all the ingredients that I need, and it's a little more special than a vinaigrette. So you just start with a half a cup of hummus. I've got 1 tablespoon of water, and you could use any flavor hummus. They have so many flavors. This is just plain. Half of a lemon, juiced. Ooh, that was a huge lemon. Let me get all of it though. Okay, and then a 1/4 cup of parsley and salt and pepper. You could add other seasonings to this. Maybe you could add Italian seasoning, a garlic seasoning, anything, but this is so simple. Watch, because this is very fast. What was that? 10 seconds maybe?
10 seconds of
At
pure
the most.
entertainment.
Yeah. It was so nice. All right. Well, all we have to do is pour this goodness and give it a little toss. Pretty. And then the electric twist and chop has a little spout. Doris, we made a great salad.
I think this is very lovely. It's not sad in any way.
No.
And I can't wait to dig into it.
What else could you ask for?
Beautiful.
Gorgeous. Well, I hope you're putting all your hearts in the emoji for Doris, and we've got just a little bit more time to share. We got a lot done.
We did.
We got a lot
did.
accomplished.
And plus, I'm thinking I've got dinner for 2 or 3
Yeah.
more nights with that chili.
Exactly. You know,
love
here at Pampered Chef, just like you saw tonight, we're all about making cooking faster and easier and a little bit more fun, and then sharing those tips with the people around us. And that's exactly what Pampered Chef consultants do. So Doris, I think everyone would love to hear, how did you think to kind of create the business and then start sharing it with others?
Oh, my goodness. Well, you know, first of all, I'll say this is the beginning of our 45th year. And so the business is older than I was when I started it. That's probably the right way to say it. I really could never have imagined a business that would not only still be around, but thrive for that amount of time. And truly, I think the key reason is our consultants. They share from their hearts what they love about our products, but more importantly, what they're doing with food in their homes and with their families, and learning from their customers and teaching their customers. So it's such an incredible strategy. Believe me, I can't take credit for that. You know, it was a simple way for me to get out of the house to start back into my career. My children were 5 and 8 when the business was started. And I just was looking for something that I would enjoy doing, that I thought was helpful to others, and that would bring a little income into the family. And from the very beginning, from the first home party, I was elated because people seemed to be interested in the products. Talking about food, it seemed to be kind of an outlet for people to be able to kind of figure out that they were not the only ones who were struggling with mealtime and struggling with how to get dinner on the table. And of course, it has evolved to be so much for so many people. Started with just me. I thought it was just going to be a little business. I kind of thought maybe it would be a business that would grow and other people would do it, but I had absolutely no idea of the number of people who would come to the business and thrive, and that we would learn from so many different people, and to be able to watch people come into the business and succeed and share that success. It's really pretty magical, it seems to me, even still after 45 years.
100%. Magical indeed. And we're so glad that you're still sharing in these wonderful events and still involved, and that we get to hear from you and your stories. And we really appreciate you being here tonight.
Thank you, Sandy. It's my pleasure to be here, to be able to share this. I get excited. I'm in the test kitchen area, so I'm looking at products and thinking, oh, this is what this looks like.
Yes.
I saw pictures, but I haven't held it. We've got a lot of
Don't give
excitement.
away any
No secrets.
We get
no
excited,
secrets.
too.
No secrets will be given away.
Abby, I know the chat's probably going crazy with all
There's
the love.
so many hearts going up the screen, and I just want to say, Doris, it's so nice hearing your humble beginnings, and I think a lot of people can relate, especially this time of year, because we're all thinking about how can we refresh for the new year? What are your goals for the new year? What do you want to do? And I don't know, maybe think about it. What if you started a Pampered Chef business of your own? You could start a Pampered Chef business this month with our Easy Prep Launch Kit. It's $25 in the US, $35 in Canada, or our other launch kits are 25% off. I bet if you ask your consultant how Pampered Chef fits into their life, whether it's community or earning products or earning an incentive trip or just being able to make money while they're cooking for their family, I'm sure they would love to tell you all about what Pampered Chef means to them and how it might fit into your life. So reach out to them, find out more about it, and we'd love to have you as part of the Pampered Chef family.
Yes, and I love that saying of what if, because many of you are already cooking for your family, which is sort of the core of what Pampered Chef consultants do. So what if you could be cooking for your family and make some extra income too?
And learning and getting new ideas and
Yes.
getting inspiration. It really is pretty magical.
Yep.
That's my word for the evening, I guess, magical.
We like that word. And as the start of 2025, yeah, maybe people are looking to try something new. And speaking of 2025, we also have our 25 giveaways.
We do. And before we do the 25 giveaways, there's one thing I forgot to say about consultants who join in January can also earn the Deluxe Cooking Blender. So that's a really great time to join, because that's a favorite product for sure.
Fabulous, fabulous tool.
Yes. All right. So without further ado, the 25 winners who are getting the 3-pack of the chili meal mix and the twist and chop spatula. Let's put those names up on the screen. Let's see who our winners are. Congratulations to all 25 of you. We will be reaching out to you guys after the show to get your shipping information so we can ship you guys, like I said, the 3-pack of the chili mix and the mix and chop spatula. Say that 5 times fast. And congratulations. Hopefully this will be a great meal to start off the new year with you and your family.
Woohoo, congratulations. Well, that is our show, but I'm sure there are some questions. Hopefully they're all going to be for Doris. So what do you say, Abby? Are people in the Q&A?
Yes. So I have a dual question for Doris to start. So
Okay.
what is your favorite product? And also, what is your favorite newer product?
Oh, good. That gives me 2 choices here, because I probably have about 20. Actually, I have to say, newer product, no, it's not going to be. I could do so many things,
Yeah.
but it has to be the twist and chop. It's so useful. It makes quick work of so many jobs, and it's a little bit entertaining while you watch it. It really is one of my favorite of the new products. All-time favorite products, stoneware. In all of it, that's sort of a cheating answer, because stoneware started with one flat stone and one stone that had kind of not very deep sides around it. And today we have so many wonderful reimaginations of stoneware, but I really do love this rectangle stone. Beautiful, functional, deeper than ones we've had before, so it really does take a load of food for a big crowd. And one of the things I'm excited about, even though we only have 2 recipes sitting in front of us, is I know that we have all that chili left for other things this week. So,
It's yours.
yeah, that sounds fabulous.
Nice.
We have so many questions, so I'm going to keep doubling them up when I can.
Okay.
So the question is, what's your favorite Pampered Chef recipe? And what's your favorite winter comfort food?
Oh, really good question. I would say soups are my favorite winter comfort food. And one in particular, I'm not going to remember this, but it is a red lentil soup that has a little spinach added to it at the end.
Is it in the multi-cooker? What is it in, or is it on the stovetop?
It's an older one than
Okay.
that. But red lentil, it has Italian sausage in it, I think. It is unbelievable.
Okay, that sounds familiar, but I'm gonna
Sandy's
get the
going
name.
to get back to you with what the
Yeah.
name of that recipe is. I have trouble with the names of the recipes
sounds so
and the
good.
products. And then, what was the rest of the question?
Your favorite winter comfort food?
Okay, well, that's soup.
Mm.
And I guess that recipe, so I answered.
There you go.
If we can just
2
come
in
up with
1.
a name.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm going to end. We have so many questions, guys, so thank you for being here, but I'm going to end with a classic. Can you guys talk about the difference between our current stoneware, the Stone Fusion that's dishwasher safe, versus the classic stoneware?
Well, yeah, you just said a big one, dishwasher safe, and also
Right.
it's preheat safe. The Stone Fusion, which is so nice for getting those really crispy crusts on pizzas. You can even preheat the stone for like a braid or a ring to get that crescent dough really nice and browned.
Yeah, and the preheating of the stone, not all of our stones can do that, but in the beginning, we used to preheat a lot, and we had some issues from time to time. So that really is a great feature, because it's the hot stone against the food that I think kind of creates the big difference in anything that you prepare in it. So
Even a frozen pizza.
even a frozen pizza, that was the very first, called them kitchen shows in that day, and it was just a frozen pizza out of a box, and I added vegetables to it, and people were amazed.
Yeah.
And stoneware continues to amaze.
So if you're wondering if you have stone fusion, on the bottom of it, there's a little wavy texture that shows you that that's stone fusion. So
A pattern.
a little pattern.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, awesome. We're going to end on that. Okay, perfect. Couple last minute housekeeping. There's going to be a survey that pops up after this video. Please take that so we can continue to make these events great and worthwhile for you. And we have live events every single week. So check in with your Pampered Chef consultant or check out the live events tab on our webpage to see how you can be a part of that. And let's blow up the chat one more time. Thank you, Doris, so much for being here. What a special evening.
Thank
We
you.
always love spending time with you.
My pleasure. I've loved being here, as always. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.